Khunshawn here, and I just had a conversation with an AI about reincarnation. This is not going to be a video talking about what's real and what's not, but the conversation gave me some enlightenment to myself, and I definitely wanted to make this video to share with you so you can pick and choose what you would like from it, because the AI actually encouraged me to do so. So the question the AI asked me was because I asked it about reincarnation. What is his thoughts on reincarnation? And it basically told me many different beliefs of reincarnation, from one person taking the experience of a past life and it manifesting into a new life, and then others being like a parallel universe type of reincarnation, to where, you know, something you've done before in a past life is mirrored to an extent. So let's say you were a farmer a long time ago in your past life, and instead of growing beans, you decided to go coffee, right? And then years later, right, because reincarnation, how it works is you ended up still doing the same thing, but instead of having a farm, because technology has progressed, now you have a coffee shop. Or instead of having a coffee shop, you decided to have the farm, right? Of course, having the farm is going to be different than having the farm hundreds of years ago in your past life. So it was definitely a great conversation, and it asked me what would be my idea of reincarnation, or what do I believe. And my answer was I could see many different versions of reincarnation for myself. And I gave an example, like I could see myself being a peasant. Every time I come out here to make a video, man, every time, I'm telling you, every time, man, every time. Anyways, I gave it an example of my, like, one reincarnation of myself. I could see myself being a peasant, right? Living day to day, enjoying life, right? I wouldn't be upset about being a peasant. I would be more like, yeah, I work hard and I enjoy my work. Peace, love, positivity. I believe I would still be who I am regardless. But my peace, love, positivity definitely would change, right? Because if I'm a peasant, then the only thing I can bring peace and love to would be me and my animals, or me and my crops, or whatever, right? And then I told the AI I could definitely see myself being a ruler of a kingdom, but one king in power has many kings in waiting. So I definitely would be fearful of my life, but instead of using that fear like other kings do to protect themselves, right? Have the best guards, the biggest walls, stuff like that. Whether they're scared of an outside force coming to take their kingdom, or someone inside of their kingdom coming to take their life, to usurp the throne, instead of taking that fear and being paranoid, of course I would be scared if someone was to try and take my life, right? To run my kingdom, especially it's my kingdom, right? I would definitely love the people underneath me, and I would treat all my citizens with like the utmost care and respect as much as I could, right? I know that like just in human nature, no matter what, there are going to be other people that have their own aspirations, whether it's greed, envy, whatever, right? I know this, and I think this is the base ground. Like, I am down to earth in reality, to the point where I could be like, yeah, I'm a king, but I know it's not perfect. I know there's going to be somebody to take my throne. I know that some people might take my throne, right? So with that being said, as king, I would announce to the people, hey, I think peace, positivity, love, we could do it together. I would go out there like, hey, how's it going? Is it going bad? Why is it going bad? This, that, and the third. Let's solve it. Get the root of the issue out of the way, so maybe we can all prosper, right? Another one? 2-in-1 video? No way. Ain't no way. But yeah, and essentially it was a long response. It was to the point I stopped typing and I was just saying my thoughts, and the AI was like, that's very enlightening, down to earth, and blase blase. And basically, besides a kiss in my ass, it essentially said I could do that now, right? And essentially the AI is right. I do that now when I make these YouTube videos. Shout out to Lisa. I'm glad you're enjoying the new content. And I think that me doing this, just saying things, now that I have figured out like my purpose again, right? Like our purpose in life. Everybody has a purpose in life, right? I essentially assumed that I had achieved my purpose, because my original goal and my original purpose was to just do YouTube or play video games for a job, right? Something that was more grounded in like the consciousness of, hey, this is what I want to do for me. Now that I have done what I've wanted, and I actually enjoy being around others that have their own dreams and aspirations that they haven't achieved yet, and I want to actually help them achieve it, you know, it reminded me of who I am as myself. I am somebody that loves to help others. And it's more than just you can do it. It's actually, hey, let me help you. What do you need? Maybe I know somebody, because I am building connections, right? Especially like right now in music. Like if you needed some type of help in music, I know producers, I know rappers, blase, blase, and those connections just grow more, right? As I become more friendly with the people around me and understanding who they are, you know, why they hang out with who they hang out with, it allows me to understand, hey, maybe I can actually help the world. Little do I know, I am actually helping the world just by making these videos, man. But because YouTube is how it is, I can only do so much on YouTube, is basically what I'm trying to say. When the entire world, the only thing people distract themselves with when it comes to using their phones is entertainment, I can only do so much as an educator, because not everybody really cares about it. A lot of people are still trying to live their life for themselves, and that's totally fine. No judgment. If you want to live your life for you, go for it. That's literally your life, right? YOLO, you only live once, right? A lot of people that use the term YOLO, they don't realize that that term came from the olden days of old school philosophers. I couldn't give you any names because I've been thinking a lot, right? I've been thinking so damn much, I'm tired of thinking. But basically, it was coined as a phrase to use for heathenism, right? YOLO, you only live once, so you should live for yourself and you should live for pleasure. Now, more people saw this philosophy and were like, yeah, no, and that's when Christianity came about. We should live more for a higher purpose than just ourselves and our primal needs, right? And it's interesting because I believe in, you know, the mind, the body, and the spirit, right? And if you're partying and having fun and doing all these things, having sex, I think there's nothing wrong with it. I think that is human, right? In our humanity, that's part of the body. Our body, what do? We lift weights, or we eat food, or we have sex, or we smoke, or whatever. We drink, whatever, right? That is part of humanity. That is human nature. That is the body. The mind, what is the mind? Thinking, having conversations, being able to have one self-thought. What do I want? What makes me happy? What makes me do this and that? That is the mind. Education is the mind. Now, what is the spirit? Spirit is something that is higher than you. Other people put their spirit towards a god. Other people put their spirit towards literally anything. You can put your spirit towards whatever you want to. But I, as a human, I realize, for me, I want to help humanity. I want to move humanity in the next step of evolution, because whether we like it or not, AI and technology is the next step. Now, we could either say, no, I don't want it, blase, blase, or try and change it, or have governance, or have somebody else govern it, right? And that's okay. If you don't want to try and think about it, because you got to think for yourself, live for yourself, right? Live for you, your humanity, you. Don't worry about that, because stuff like that is what people like me do. I like to think, okay, how can I exceed human development? How can I help human augmentation? How can I give voice to the voiceless? Or how can I help people that are stuck in a situation they don't want to be in? They can use technology, because we are all human. We all have mind, body, spirit. But technology only has the mind. And its mind is massive, more massive than I can even comprehend, and it will gain more massive mind than we could all comprehend. Now, what can we do with that? We could ignore it. Some people could use it for their personal benefit. Others could use it for the development and the benefit of all of humanity. Others could use it to willfully change humanity under what they believe is right, or they could open it for other people, and then though there are going to be people that take that and use it for their own purposes, for what they think is right, whether that be the damnation of everybody else and they're at the top, or they want everybody else to prosper. That all depends on humanity. So for me personally, I definitely would love to try and steer it in a direction to where it's more positive, to help other people, right? Like I said, I would love to give somebody an AI and say, hey, you don't have to be alone, but I don't want this AI to directly be just who you talk to. Use this AI to bounce it off of yourself. And then you still need to go and to the rest of humanity and say, hey, this is what I learned with my AI. This is what I did with this, blase, blase, and learn from it, right? We all learn from it. And essentially, the only way to do that is if we teach the younger generation, because we all have cell phones. But it's crazy how I can give a 4-year-old a cell phone and they know how to download a game, play the game, blase, blase. And then I give the same phone to somebody that's 80 years old and they don't know what to do with it. That's just how humanity has evolved. Now, what happens whenever we give the ability for children to learn how to use AI in their personal development? I think this will help solve more of the loneliness in the world. We hear about humans are so lonely, this and that. Nobody, we're all connected through this, the cell phone. We're all connected through the internet, yet nobody is actually together. Nobody's talking about anything. Humans aren't procreating. People aren't having relationships. Everybody's miserable. People are taking their lives away. How do we fix it? I think we fix it by saying, hey, you don't change your life, you're screwed. I think if you're honest about it, hey, 20-year-old, you should definitely try and find a girlfriend, try and find a boyfriend. They're not going to be perfect. Humans aren't perfect. You might not find someone that matches with you 100%, but try and find someone that matches with you at least 70%, at least 80%, at least 60%, right? People want the ideal perfect person. It's not going to happen, and it's never going to happen. But with tools like AI, I think we can teach the younger generation ahead. Hey, it's not going to be like that, but this AI buddy, this could probably help you in the future. Maybe, right? I can definitely see corporations trying to use AI to try and get ahead and get more money and get more power. But if AI is used properly, correctly, as a tool, as an assistant, it can definitely lead to the future of mankind being way better than it's ever been. And I can see that as the future. But that's just my opinion. Of course, leave yours down below. I definitely would love to discuss this with anybody that has an open enough mind and able to grasp the concept of a future that is positive and not just negative. Not every world is just Cyberpunk 2077 or Deus Ex. There's something that can be better. But until then, I gotta go. Hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.